excited today dahil finally dumating na ang takdang panahon for a special Kenntuhan with our one and only inspiring Mutya, Hanna!
Hello everyone!
Hi Hanna! Happy Easter! And happy International Women's Month!
Happy International Women's Month to all my ladies out there!
Kumusta na ba so far ang life mo after winning?
Oh, it's been very surreal. What is na ang word? That's the word that I can describe it. Surreal, because I've been wanting the crown for so long. It's actually my second attempt in Mutya and Dabaw. And ever since I won, it's been like a dream. Kasi I've been dreaming of doing these things, of having a platform, of having a space where I can talk and share my ideas, and it's been happening ever since. And I'm really just so happy, and I want to make the most out of it.
Yes. Let's get to know Hanna in a way, because although you've done so many interviews already, pero now, let's give them a glimpse of your childhood life. So, how are you going to describe your childhood and your most unforgettable experience?
I would describe my childhood life as so adventurous talaga. We continually transfer from one place to another. I have had like 3 schools, I think. I had one school where I spent my preschool and kinder, and then another school for elementary, and another school for high school. So very adventurous talaga siya, and it's filled with so much things that I have to do and things that I want to do kasi pala workshop talaga ako as a child.
Okay.
So singing workshop.
So biba ka na talaga.
Oo, talagang marami akong gustong gawin. My mom was also constantly pushing for me to join these things, singing workshop. I remember I tried dancing workshop, pero it didn't work. So I stuck to singing. And then musical theater, art workshop, so many things. Talaga, I really can remember my childhood as very colorful because of that. But at the same time, it was also a time where I experienced a lot of bullying, of course, as a kid. I don't know ano problema nila sa akin at that time, pero, you know, if I can think about it now, it's not just very elementary bullying, but really, it really affected me at that time.
Yes.
But despite all the bullies, I think talagang nangingibabaw yung color because it was really an adventurous childhood, I would say.
Correct. But as a kid, how did you adapt to that, like, constant change of, like, changing one place to the other?
Ngayon ko lang nare-realize, Sir Kenn, na unusual pala siya na childhood. But I don't really think about it that way. I didn't find it hard to adapt because I really love change. I welcome it. I love marang new experiences. I love meeting new people. I really loved it. And even though I would be leaving my old friends behind, I know that wherever I will go, I will meet new ones. So I'm always looking forward to it. And of course, I'm with my family. So I've never really looked at it as something sad at the time, which is very nice perspective for a kid. Naisip ko na I was really looking forward to new things, seeing new places, of course. So it was all right with me talaga. I think at the time lang ang something that I would dread dati is meeting new classmates, and you know, sa school very difficult to be in a new place with new kids kasi I have to adjust again, and some of them were mean, and I always stand out kasi because of my features, and I was really tall. I was always the tallest girl in class. So it was difficult to fit in and find my place there. But aside from that, I really welcomed change when I was a child.
Pero ito, Han, I'm curious, what is your love language? Kasi parang nakikita ko or nafe-feel ko so far sa'yo, malambing ka as a person. So, ano ba yung like love language mo sa family, sa friends?
I would say physical touch, I think.
Physical
or
touch.
words of affirmation, I would think. Because I'm very, very, I like embracing people, especially with my mom, my dad, and my cousins, my aunts. I really like embracing them and hugging them. I think it is something na talagang ma-express ko ang love ko through that. And also, words of affirmation. I'm a very talkative person. And I'm different when it comes to pageant and when it comes to sharing my ideas. I like it verbally, pero when it comes to affection, I prefer writing it.
Ay, really?
Yes. I don't know why. Maybe because if it's affection, you really have to make eye contact and you really have to feel your words. And sometimes nauutal ako.
Correct.
So I prefer writing it, and I make my mom letters. I remember when I was a kid, I would make my dad and my mom letters, and then I would fold it, this very cute paper, and would give it to them in their birthday. So I would say physical
Yes,
touch and
that's so cute because I remember also before when I was young, wow, nakirelate ka yan, no? Diba? Like, example, Father's Day or Mother's Day, we really like make cards.
Oo.
Tapos noon kasi may mga educate or art shows pa na nakikita on TV.
Yes.
Tapos parang kinakopy natin yung ginagawa na give it to
Totoo,
our parents.
Yes, yung mga very creative envelopes.
Oo, correct. Pero ito, Han, I'm curious.
Yes.
Safe lang yung tanong, who's your celebrity crush? Dilaan dito si Mother sa likod. Kasi celebrity na lang tayo.
Crush. Oh. It's a difficult question because I've never really thought about it.
Feeling ako, walang pinakalisod na question that you've encountered so far.
Sino ba? I would say JC Santos.
Oo. Really?
Yes. He was really good in the new movie, Magyari.
Correct.
He's really good at that. I'm a very big movie buff kasi. I really am. So I watched like a lot of MMFF films, and he really stood out. So at the moment, it's JC Santos.
Feel ko kasi si Hannah siguro may dating siyang, siguro intimidating for boys.
That's true.
Maybe because you're smart, you're matured, pero ikaw ba personally, like, what makes a guy attractive?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I should preface this by saying that I've never had a boyfriend before.
Really?
Yes.
Same.
Oh.
Wow! Relate talaga lang kay Hannah. Really?
Yes.
Because you are focused on like doing stuff or strict
Maybe.
yung parents?
I mean, I think there is a factor in a strict parents, but at the same time, talagang, I don't know, I can't remember any guy who has ever, talagang
Nag-effort talaga to pursue you or get to know
serious
you, no?
about it. Yeah, so I've never really, maybe it's because I'm intimidated.
Yes.
But also at the same time, it's a choice na eh. It started as something that my parents would, it's a policy, diba?
Yes.
Started with that. But when I graduated college, and when I was in college, and then I graduated college, and I'm law school now, parang it's something that it's intentional na. Because just time wouldn't permit, and I just want to focus more on myself.
Yes.
Especially with my reign now as Mutya, focus in the present. And I don't think having a relationship would help with my situation. Like, my focus would be just on two different things, and I don't want that. So, at the moment,
Me time muna, no?
Yes, me time
Self-love
muna.
talaga muna.
Focus on myself more, and I've always believed talaga na the right guy would come at the right time.
Exactly.
That's true. Especially with The Crown. I can relate it to The Crown now. Kasi The Crown is, I've been wanting it for so long, but it really just came at my time.
Yes.
So, just wait.
You are now a law student.
Yes.
Pero earlier you shared na right after graduating comms, nag-proceed dayon ka sa
Yes.
law. So what inspired you to pursue law?
I've always wanted to be a lawyer talaga since I was a kid. It started with, I think, I was really close with my lolo. And my lolo, he was not a lawyer, but he really wanted to be one. But due to financial restraints, hindi niya na-pursue ang law degree. So, I was really close with him. So, when I was a kid, I was heavily influenced by him. Like, from old songs to old fashion and everything. And I was also influenced by his dream to become a lawyer.
Aww.
Yes, and then when I grew up, when I was in high school na and then college, I kinda also understand and I also saw how important it is to know the law. I also got a lot of parang experiences, mga conflicts. Na dun ko na-realize na it would really be, a law degree will be really valuable. And at the same time, I got really active with environmental work.
Yes.
Yes, I'm very active in, although I use communicative strategies in trying to pursue my environmental advocacy. I also realized na medyo maliit lang talaga ang environmental lawyers in the Philippines. So that's what pushed me to pursue law. I really want to become an environmental lawyer, and it's also for my lolo.
Yes. I think more than really anything or all the reasons that you've mentioned, dun ako kakapit sa you've wanted to pursue this dream for your lolo.
Yes.
Kumbaga,
that is true.
you shared na not yet his time during that time because of financial constraints. But now, given the opportunity that you have,
Yes.
and of course, the intellectual capacity that you have, make that dream come true for him.
Yes.
Naan pa ba si Lolo?
Wala, no,
Oh.
unfortunately. When I was in high school, he went on to heaven na. Pero I remember when I got accepted in Ateneo Law School, because I really wanted to be in Ateneo Law School. Gusto ko talaga. When I got accepted, when I got my acceptance letter, napunta kami agad sa memorial.
Oh.
And I visited and I was like, here it is, I'm gonna be a law student. And I was like, you have to help me law to read.
For sure, he is guiding you in heaven.
Yes, I'm sure he's really happy talaga.
So now let's talk about your pageantry journey. You
Let's.
shared earlier, and I believe everyone knows already na this is not your first time to join Mutya ng Dabaw. Pero I'm curious lang, Han, how pageantry helped you overcome your mental health problem or situation?
It's really a wild ride in terms of pageantry talaga. I've always been on and off with my body image issues and my mental stresses. But when I joined Mutya ng Dabaw last year, I remember when I was, kasi ang nakuha na candidates from last year was top 50 because 50th anniversary. And then from top 50, we had to trim down to top 30. And we had this big shows at Brisa. And that was the first time that I really walked in the Mutya ng Dabaw stage. And I was wearing a sleeveless gown and very form-fitting. I was still plus size then. And I remember feeling so confident talaga. That was the first time that I really felt like unapologetic confidence. Na I didn't care that they didn't expect me to come out, that they didn't expect a plus size woman to come out. I really didn't care about what they were thinking kasi while I was walking the stage, all I remember was I was thinking na even if you don't like that I'm here, I'm still here.
Yes.
Parang ganun. So that really affected me a lot, the experience last year. It opened up a lot for me kasi it made me realize that even if people would say na I don't belong here, I was still there and I got into the top 15 and I had a fair chance to win the crown. It really helped me a lot, I think, in mental health kasi it takes for you to experience it, to realize talaga na you are more worthy and more beautiful than you give yourself credit for. So it was such a turning point in my self-concept and how I perceive myself last year. And also, law school helped. Segue ko lang, law school helped. Kasi, I don't know, in law school kasi walang pakialaman kung what you look like.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if wala kang makeup nakapasok. If you answer the questions and if you read the same, because you all read the same thing, you all go through the same thing, dun ko na-realize na a woman or a person can really offer so much more than just looking good. Dun ko na-realize. And then I joined again this year. And this year was really, I gave it my all.
Yes.
Talagang binigay ko na lahat. Because I was really sure from the first sa screening pa lang, I was so sure that this will be my second and last attempt. This will be my final attempt. Like, whatever the outcome is, this is the last. I still have insecurities, Sir Kenn. Like, we're not, infallible as human beings. I still have insecurities, pero those moments with the girls, moments with the production crew, mga sashing activities namin really help, and it's really, really good to be heard. That really gives such a great impact to a person, especially to a person's mental health, to be heard and knowing that what you're saying is from the other end, for example, from the media, they also understand it. And you know that what you're doing is has a great impact to someone out there who might be going through the same thing.
Yes.
It really helped me. And if I could encapsulate this whole experience, it was really rewarding.
Yes. And the good thing, I believe, for me is that when you started to like voice out, there are so many people who are so happy behind you because naghihintay lang pala sila ng someone to really stand up for them. and let their voices be heard. So now you are representing a lot of people, not just women. Si Hanna is also a content creator. Ang dami talaga ganap sa buhay.
True.
You've been doing travel vlogs,
Yes.
but what shocks me most is your glow down diary video, wherein you shared, like, you really opened up your heart that you are going through something. So can you share a little bit lang of that journey, and then how did you overcome?
It's been a long time since I watched that video. Tagal na yun, yung pandemic pa ata. When I released that. It was in the middle of the pandemic, and what happened kasi, I was a chubby child all throughout my childhood, and then when I was in high school, I got even bigger, and then when I was in senior high school, I trimmed down. Like, I got slim because I started going to the gym, I started discovering these new lifestyle and diets, so I trimmed down, and then the pandemic happened. And you know naman, Sir Kenn, when the pandemic happened, the world just closed down.
Yes.
Can't go to the gym anymore. Hindi ka madaling makalabas ng bahay to jog, maybe, or go to your friend's house, you know. So all these things that were once within my reach were suddenly cut off ties na because I had to stay at home. So naturally, my body also was impacted by that. So I also gained the weight back. And it was really it was very bad at that time in terms of mental health. I gained the weight back, and it was such parang a big slap in the face moment. Kasi when I was in senior high, I really thought I was healed na. Like, I'm okay. The bullies the bullies from my childhood and from my high school, they don't affect me anymore. I'm okay now. I'm confident now. That was what I thought when I was in senior high. But then, pandemic happened. I got fat again. And then, dun nagbalik lahat ng insecurities. Naglabas. And then that was when I realized na no one is bullying me anymore. It was the pandemic. No one could see me. But why do I still feel this way? Dun ko na-realize na when you get told so many times in your life that you're not pretty, you're only pretty when you're slim, baboy, and all these derogatory terms, you get told that, sometimes you say that to yourself na. It's an inner voice that constantly puts you down. It's self-sabotage, it's self-hate. And that was what happened with me during the pandemic. Parang everything was happening. I'm sure everyone out there talagang meron silang difficulties during the pandemic, maybe physical health or mental health. And that was mine. And babalik-balik na lang, every day was the same. And then I got acne because of the stress. So it was a very big thing for me back then, how I looked like. Kasi I experienced now what it feels like to be gorgeous in senior high. And suddenly, I was back again in my high school body self. So it's I was really affected by that. And talagang I didn't feel like I was worthy of anything, even love and respect. So it's a very difficult notion to grasp, but at that time I was really feeling that way. And that's when I decided to start making videos. I was sure that no one would watch it for the first few times. I was so sure, and I liked it. Kasi at least I could just have one corner in YouTube all by myself, and I could just record my healing process.
Yes,
that was my
correct.
goal. Like, I want to record my healing process kasi I really don't want to be in the same place again in the future. I want to move on from this. I really want to heal in whatever way I can. So that was why I recorded that video. And I just let it all out. But it was a way of pouring it all out in hopes na hindi na siya babalik. So I poured it all out, and I said na I will record my healing process. I don't know how I will heal, but I will try to travel, and I will try to get in touch with our natural world again. And that's how the travel vlog started.
Mas naintindihan ko now why you really angled your contents on travels.
Yes.
Because it's very therapeutic for you.
It is.
It's a healing process for you, and the contents that we're seeing sa channel mo is your healing journey.
Yes, it
Na, di ba,
is.
parang now, kung ngayon ka palang magsasubscribe, you'll just have a picture of Hanna as really a traveler, wants to feature different destinations in the country. But thank you for sharing that because now we
Thank
know,
you for
ganun pala
asking
yung
me.
naging journey niya. I mean,
Yes.
very significant, very precious yung every single video on your channel.
Yes. That's why I always say I healed with nature. Kasi I rediscovered nature during the pandemic kasi. I always go to this tree friend that I have near our house. And I always, whenever I travel, I always go to the natural wonders that we have, especially in Mindanao. Doon talaga ako pumupunta because that is the place where I feel most like I belong. And the peace that that place brings to me it's unparalleled talaga.
Yes.
That's what I also want to do with my vlogs. Kasi not everyone has the time to go to these places.
Yes.
And not everyone knows na ganito pala kaganda sa Mindanao or sa Dabaw. So that's what I want to translate in my vlogs. I want to parang transport them to that place and also feel the same way that I did.
I am curious, Han. Yung kayo na lang dalawa
Okay.
on stage, I really noticed, syempre, ang stretch ng moment na yon. Mutya ng
Very
Dabaw,
suspense.
for is! Nag 360 degrees pa kasi si cameraman. And I saw you are talking to each other.
Yes.
So can you share that? Ano yung pinag-usapan ninyo? What are you telling your queen sister and what is she telling you during that time also?
Okay, so the person I was holding hands with was Jan Marie Rendon, Ate Mai. We call her Ate Mai. She's my diwa ng Dabaw. But we go way back pa talaga. Since last year pa. It was a very meaningful moment for us kasi to hold hands and be the last two women standing. Kasi last year, while Rhea and Joanna Franken, the two diwa in Mutya last year, were holding hands, waiting for the announcement. Kaming dalawa na sa likod lang. And holding hands as well. So, nung orientation this year, we were saying na sana no tayong dalawa na lang, last two women standing. It would be so great for us to feel that this year. And when the announcement came, na kami lang talaga dalawa ang matitira ng babae, it was such a happy moment for us talaga. Top 5 pa lang, we were so happy na. We kept saying, this is so nice. This healed us from the heartbreak that we went through last year. So we were really happy. We were holding hands and I was saying, Ate Mai, I'm so happy talaga. Like whatever the announcement is, I'm really, really happy. Kasi I know the crown would go to someone who is deserving of it. Like no matter kung ako or ikaw, I know the crown will be in good hands talaga. And we were saying something like, let's make our reign meaningful. Kung sino ang diwa, sino ang mutya, it doesn't matter. We really have to work together and make sure na we are deserving of the crown. Yun yung mga pinagsasabi namin at that moment, a very small moment. And we were already crying, wala pa na-announce.
Top 15, top 5, and then during the final Q&A, I already knew na ikaw na yung ating bagong mutya ng Dabaw. I'm so happy for you, Han. Ito, may isang binibining question that struck me also that I wanted to ask you. What makes a mutya na tayo ngayon, who walks the talk and who is beyond mere self-promotion? How are you going to answer that question?
It is very common for a beauty queen to be told that her promises are just empty promises and that we don't walk the talk. But I would have to say that personally, I've always believed that a mutya ng Dabaw is not just someone who talks. She's not just someone who thinks smartly, but she is also someone who acts. Not just on the things that people want to do, to make her do, but also on the advocacies and the causes that she believes in. As for me, I really advocate for body positivity and ecotourism. And when the crown was placed on my head, I knew that it also brought on this big responsibility that I have to strive for every day. So in doing the things that I have to do, I really have to go above self-promotion. It is not just self-promotion for me, it's also promoting Davao City. And also in my victory, I was not the only person that won. Women won that night. The night the crown was placed on my head, women won, and I am so happy for that. And I think that makes me go beyond self-promotion because I carry the banner of women everywhere.
Yes. Ano kung ahilapon, mama ko? I'm just so happy really for you, Han. Because in fairness to Hanna, even before joining Mutya ng Dabaw, she's really doing her job. pursuing her advocacies, really standing as a voice to young
I
women.
I really try to do
So
my
now,
part.
kumbaga, this job is not new to her already. Instead, mas nanduwagan lang gid ang iyang platform and
The
her
larger
voice.
audience this time.
Yes. So, kumbaga, mas bigger lang ang responsibility. Ako ba ang nadaog? Mas bigger lang ang responsibility na I'm sure kayang-kaya kaayo nimo. Not just during your reign, I believe, but this is a start of your era as an ambassadress, as someone who has that responsibility all your life, and many people, not just women, will look up to you. Ito na lang, when can you say that you have truly made an impact?
I think I have already made an impact. I'm not talking about like large impact and long-term impact in terms of projects that I will be making. But as soon as I won, ang daming tao talaga, girls, women from all over the Philippines, nagme-message sa akin na they were saying their own stories about how they were bullied too and how they never had the confidence to step out. But the moment I won daw, they also gained inspiration to chase after the dream that they've always wanted. And I think that in itself is an impact na for me. Kasi I can never say na saving a person's mental health or giving an impact in how she thinks of herself and her confidence talaga is such a great impact. I consider it as a great impact na. Because you can never count a person by numbers. It's very important for them and it's their life. It's just one life. And to say na I've made an impact to one person's life is already great na for me.
Yes.
That's very true. And I'm always so inspired myself. Even if they call me the inspiring Mutya, I'm always so inspired whenever I receive messages from people that I don't know saying that they were inspired by me too. So that's also already a great impact for me now. For myself, I would say I have made a great impact when I know for myself that I've done all that I could in my reign. And whenever the crown is placed on my head, I've done all that I could. I've redefined beauty, and hopefully the people would remember me for the feeling that I gave them when I won, and also I hope they would carry that confidence that they gained wherever they may go. So that's all right now for me.
Yes. Actually, there's no such thing as a big or small impact as long as you've touched one person's
That's true.
life.
Affecting one person's life is already
Yes.
big. Because they would go on, it's a domino effect kasi. If you help one person, maybe mental health or financial or whatever, if you help one person, if you save one person's life, that person would go on to affect another person's life.
Yes.
So it's domino effect, and you can never know how many people you've greatly helped just by helping that one person.
Correct. You never know, one day, one girl or one person will go to you, Han, and tell you, Ate Han, thank you for helping me.
Aww.
Tapos, di ba ikaw, why? How come? Ganon. Then, he or she will start sharing her story
Yes,
na
you
on
can
how
never
you
know.
affected her life or his life. So, make the most of your reign.
Yes, sir.
And I commit to really support you in any way that I can
Thank you
to help
so
you really
much.
pursue your advocacies and your plans during your reign.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Sir
much,
Kenn.
ha. So to
Salamat
close
po.
our Kenntuhan, since you won, you've always been asked na kinsa imo gusto pasalamatan, kinsa ang mga nag-inspire sa imuha, nagtabang sa imuha in making it. So now, to close this, what is your thank you message for yourself?
Oh, okay. I've never had this before. I've never had this question before. That's a great question. Thank you message for myself. Ooh. I would say thank you to my past self, because even if she had so many trials in her life in terms of her body image, and so many times na she thought to herself na she's really not beautiful, and because of that she can't have the love and respect that she wants, she still persevered. And I really want to say thank you as well to that little girl that I keep on talking about, to that little girl named Hanna, na despite feeling hurt and despite always being bullied because of something that she can't control, something that she can't understand, I would say thank you for inspiring me now. because ever since the start, oh, I'm tearing up again every time I talk about this. Ever since the start of my journey talaga, from last year, the moment I went to the screening, the only thing in my mind, the only thing that gives me courage is that little girl, the thought of that little girl. How I imagine na sobrang rami pa nila out there struggling the same way that I struggled. That was the only thing that I kept with me. Every time I go out of the stage, I always think about that. That's why people keep asking me, how are you so confident? It's always that. I always go back to that thought. And I would say thank you for inspiring me and for inspiring so many people just because I decided to be brave one day. And thank you so much. And I hope to all the little girls out there, I hope you would stop hurting and just remember there's so much more to life than what they say about you.
Thank you so much, Han! And of course, thank you so much, Seda Abriza Hotel, for hosting our venue. Parang naging bahay na din ni Hannah during her Mutya journey, ang Seda, because they're always here. And it's so fitting to do this here in Seda. Thank you so much,
Thank you so much,
Seda, and thank you,
so much,
Han.
Thank you so much,
A little
Sir
something
Kenn.
for you.
I love it.
You know what? Quick
I love
kwento.
flowers.
The inspiration of this bouquet is the bouquet given to Chris Aquino.
Oh,
my
wow!
super idol. So I really made sure na ganun din
Chris
kaganda.
Aquino level.
Yes, ganun din kaganda for you. Thank you so much, Han.
It's so beautiful.
Thank you for
love
sharing your journey.
Thank you so much, Sir Kenn.
I hope that this Kenntuhan will really inspire a lot of not just young women, but people who are trying to figure out their identity.
That's true.
It's not always about what we look like, but really more on knowing our worth as a person, and that each and one of us can really make a difference
That is true.
in each
That's
other's
very
lives.
true.
So let's help each other, let's love each other, and ladies and gentlemen, our inspiring Mutya, Hannah!
Thank you.